Hello and welcome everyone to the stream. Um, we are a little bit early here at the moment, but we are about to get underway for the British Grand Prix. You can see we've got a lot of drivers here tonight, which is good to see. Glad to see everyone popping in for hi, Itosis. You gotta be Altosis, right? Why Itosis on Twitch? The heck? Anyway, um, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Yeah, this is exactly what the stream sounds like. Yep, exactly. And don't you worry, Hen. I'm sure we'll be focusing on you quite a lot tonight as well. No pressure. So thank you very much for joining us, everyone. As you saw at the start there, we are sponsored by Rogue Energy. If you want to get any Rogue Energy products, please use code PHX for 10% off. And a little bit then of the proceeds goes to help us to give you a good time. So, it's going to be an interesting race today. We are going to be starting off with one-shot qualifying because this is a sprint weekend. One-shot qualifying can at times tend to be a little bit tough for the drivers. I know certainly myself, I do struggle a little bit with the one shot. It's tough to put a lap together, um, and certainly I'm someone it takes a little bit of time to get up to speed. But um, there are some drivers that are able to put a lap together. So here we go. Hen then takes the early lead through turn one, but it is all flat out through here. So it'll be a while before we start to see the grid splitting a little bit. But through the first sector here, Hen does then hold on to the lead at the moment. Firefly close in behind. Then we've got Point K and Dash. Fat Cat Batman, though, jumps up to P1. And Hen, unfortunately, makes a mistake through Luffield. That gives Fat Cat then the lead through into up towards Cops. And then into Maggots Beckett's. We've got an Aston Martin 1-2 at the moment. Nero's in P3. Fat Cat gliding through Maggots Beckett's here. And is still leading at the end of Sector 2. We've still got both Aston Martins up there. Unfortunately, we've lost Darkness and Suffocating Griggs is serving his qualifying ban for tonight. Now we've got Aston Martin 1-2, Alpine 3-4, and Fat Cat Batman with the 27 7-4-9. Firefly with the 28-1. Not far off pole, but not enough to challenge Fat Cat here. Yeah, unlucky Hen. These things happen. It looked like it was a little bit of just a little bit too eager on the throttle. If you could let us know in a little 30-second interview, if you don't mind. That would be great. But we've got Fat Cat, then Firefly on the first row, then the Alpines of Nero and Fishy Wishy in 3-4. They are in to score some solid points here today as well. Fishy Wishy and Point K then on the third row. Dash and Joe and Lobster on the fourth row. We didn't get to see the fifth row, but hopefully you were reading it there. But here we go. We're getting ready for the sprint. As you can see, there is quite a lot of cloud up there. This is going to be interesting. Guys, if you could just let me know, by the way, is the audio balance okay? If you need me to reduce my volume a little bit or increase the game volume, please do let me know. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where the alphas come in. Um, it looked like a bit of a struggle there in qualifying, but there are a lot of laps here, 35 laps before the final checkered flag um, completes the main race, and you can see drivers lining up then for the formation lap here. Let's just get everything enabled. Let's just take a look, first of all, at strategies. So everyone opting for the same strategy here and just going for mediums. No autosis, unfortunately. It is just myself in the box today. But everyone's okay with it. Everyone loves Mav commentary, don't they? I don't hear anyone disagreeing, so obviously that is true. So yeah, everyone going for the medium strategy here, which is interesting because it is highly likely to rain at some point. So I wonder, is everyone just... Thank you, Webby. I hope potentially everyone is just not really looking to gain an advantage, you know, and not wanting to risk it at the same time. They just want to make sure they can make it to the rain and be able to complete the sprint race. Yeah, because the middle slot is dynamic, we don't know when it is going to come. It could arrive, you know, as early as lap 2 potentially, and it does look really dull out there, so there is the potential that it could rain early. So keep your eyes out for when those drops start falling, because that's when things start to get spicy. And then that could potentially mix up the grid for the start of the main events. But here we go. Fat Cat getting those tires lovely and oven ready, as my good friend Lord Oil would say. You want to get those tires nice and warm. Interesting. T5, it didn't rain just in the sprint. Yeah, oh, unlucky, Webby, yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You could risk it for a biscuit, and you did hards as well. Interesting, interesting. You know, you can risk it for a biscuit, and then you sound like an absolute champion when the rain comes at the right time. But sometimes it doesn't arrive on the correct lap anyway. So, yeah, this is racing after all. Sometimes that is the way the weather goes. But here we go. Everyone is lined up on their grid spots, and we have 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4, 5. Engines are revving. Here we go. And we've got a couple of jump starts. It looks like 3 drivers, unfortunately, potentially reacting to each other there as Fat Cat gets himself a nice little gap there. Nero's into P2 already, overtaking Firefly at the start there, as Joe gets herself up to P4. Fushy Wushy struggling at the start of this race here. Point K and Lobster seem to have held positions. It looks like Griggs and Hen, unfortunately, having some issues down at the back there. They are a little way back. Darkness making a move on Koza and is through. Let's just bring up actually positions for now. Look how far Addy has gone up. 5 positions, and it's not even we've not even finished this first lap. Darkness following closely behind as well, 4 positions up. So these guys really hugely benefiting from the sprint at the moment. And Addy looking like he wants even more positions at the moment. But Firefly for now really putting the pressure on Nero's. Koza and Koza coming in to serve Oh, and gets a 5-second penalty while coming into the pit lane. That is unfortunate. The pits here are really, really slow. And oh no, Griggs! Something has happened at that pit entry, and unfortunately, Griggs looks like has retired into that pit wall. I wonder, did he lose it under braking there? That is unfortunate. Firefly! Oh, no, no, no! Oh, Firefly and Nero's make contact! Nero's, unfortunately, getting sent to the absolute moon. Dash Joe gets through. Yes, indeed, Altosis. You really should. We'd love to have you in the comm box with us. So unfortunately, Nero is now pushed down to P6 as a result of that contact. That is really unfortunate. That will need to be looked at in the box afterwards. It looks like Fishy Wishy having issues. No, it was potentially Nero. Yeah, Nero's has no wing. That must have been from the contact with Firefly. Lobster then moving up a position into P6. Doing well for the McLarens here. And let's see if he can get some more positions. Fat Cat Batman out of the way, setting the fastest lap on the way to increasing the gap to 1.5 seconds. Dash just not quite in that DRS range yet of Firefly. Let's see what he can do here. Unfortunately, the Haas's not having a great sprint here today. Dr. J in the pits at the moment. Darkness! Something has happened. He spun. I wonder, was that contact with someone? Didn't quite catch what happened there. Point K is about to put pressure on Fishy Wishy here, but even closer is Tough Cookie. Tough Cookie is just about to overtake the stricken Alpine here, who has no front wing. So Nero's is just going to be losing time here, no matter what. Probably hoping to hold out for the rain to come. So, I wonder, has Fat Cat made a mistake somewhere, or is Firefly just really fast at this stage? Firefly has got into the DRS range of Fat Cat. Yeah, Firefly is just really fast right now. And Point K now, can he get the move done on Fishy Wishy? Not going to quite be done here, but Fishy with the 3-second time penalty. Point K doesn't need to do anything now. He will get that position anyway. But we're all racing drivers. We know that he wants to make that move. Firefly now right on the gearbox of Fat Cat. Fat Cat seemingly having the quality pace, but Firefly has the race pace. Point K looks like he's going to make a move into Cops here. He's not going to go for it there. That would be exceptionally risky to send it in there. Is Firefly going to send it down? Oh, he's going to move to the outside of Stowe. He's not going to make it, though. Goes wide. Going to lose a little bit of time, but can he get that back? Point K. Not able to make a move this time on Fishy either. Is he going to send it down the inside of Veal? He's left the room by Fishy. Let's get it. Yeah, there we go. But he's still not through. He's getting impatient. He wants past that Alpine to get up to P4 to try and chase after the man himself, Dash Joe. Now Lobster is also getting interested as well. Firefly has dropped out of that DRS range. I wonder can he get back into it to challenge for the lead of the sprint once again. Point K with the DRS wide open is going to go down the inside before Luffield and Woodcote, and is going to lead on the way down to Cops then in P4. And now can Lobster make his way through as well. Fishy Wishy will get a little bit of defensive DRS here after Maggots Beckett's. Can he even attack back? Let's just put telemetry on. There we go. Oh, I know shortcuts. Point K is now just extending that gap a little bit. Fishy with the DRS wide open. That means Lobster cannot attack this lap. DRS just giving that little bit extra top speed, but Lobster down the inside at Veal. It's not going to stick, but it puts Fishy out of position then for Club Corner. Through turn 1 we go. Firefly has caught back up to Fat Cat. Let's just pop on board with these guys, see what that looks like. So both Aston Martins then fighting for the lead of this sprint. Let's see what they can do. Lobster hunting down this Alpine. Is a hungry boy. Firefly awfully close now. Let's follow through Maggots Beckett's. And DRS open. But I wonder, is Fat Cat using much lower wings than his teammate? It looked like he just had that little bit extra top speed to be able to defend from his teammate. He hasn't got an ERS advantage or anything. Fishy is holding on to the back of Point K. Not letting him get away just yet. Now the question is, we're on lap 7 here. Are we going to see any rain at all? And will it affect the drivers? Or is this going to be about trying to make it to the end on these medium tires without sliding off the track? This is going to be interesting. But whatever happens, Firefly wants this. Darkness having issues down in Sector 1. Down at Albion Farm. Here we go. Wing wide open. Going to go to the outside. Firefly makes the move. But is going to have to hold it wide. Outround Stowe does make the move on his teammate Fat Cat. So for now then, Firefly leads this Aston Martin 1-2. And in the meantime, setting a purple third sector. And the question is, can Firefly drive away from his teammate? Oh, unfortunately, Tough Cookie. Something happened there on the exit of Club. And he's lost position to Suffocating. Tough Cookie was P8 and kind of in that battle for P7, but has dropped back, unfortunately. We missed exactly what occurred there. As we see Darkness, unfortunately, around again at that Club corner. Sorry, let's just take a look then at the pins. Oh, no, I don't want. No, I don't want to take control. Uh, um, detail penalties. There we go. So it looks like Fishy Wishy will lose position here to Lobster. Dash Joe will lose position to Point K. Fat Cat is really pushing the car now. He's trying to get as much as he can out of the car on this final lap, and it looks like it's not going to rain here. Not enough time for the raindrops to fall. So the mediums then was the correct choice for today. Suffocating and Addy battling down into Luffield there. Suffocating makes his way up into P7. Fat Cat has one more chance here to make an attack. Is he going to make it on Firefly? Doesn't. Can he send it into Veal? It's probably too little too late. It's not going to be on this occasion. And so Firefly then is going to be your sprint winner for today as Fat Cat brings it home for second. Joe is going to be third on the road, but does lose position then to Point K. Lobster jumps all the way to P4. Joe down to P5. Fishy Wishy down to P6 for now. Yep, confirmed at P6. Suffocating P7. Addy is going to be P8. Tough Cookie down that position into P9. Let's just take a look then at positions. So Suffocating, really the big winner here. Up 8 positions from his starting position. Very, very good for the Alpha team. So that is going to be good to see how that goes. Unfortunately, Nero's down into P7 as a result of that collision earlier in the race. We're going to have to take a look at that in the steward's office after the race. So interesting that we didn't see any rain here at the moment. I think Darkness having some issues going around the final corner, and crawls across the line then, and Hen then popping it in P14. So a very interesting sprint race there today. We had an incredible battle for the lead. Hopefully you enjoyed that, but we've got lots more coming your way. Let's just take the cheeky screenshots. There we go. So yeah, good result then for Alfa Romeo. They improved their position over the Alpines. Alpines down quite a few positions then from 3-4. So they had the pace in qualifying. So let's see what they can do in the main event. See if they can move themselves up any. Thank you, Phoenix Simsport. I appreciate that. I think that is additional penalties, Darkness. Darkness, how is this your first time chat? Wow. So yeah, it looked like you were struggling there on those tires. Um, was it you're just losing grip throughout? Oh wow, we have got quite an epic split for the strategies here. And interesting that the top two drivers as Fat Cat um, decides to crash, as does Firefly. Um, so that's not a great start to the formation lap. Let's go on with point K as the safety car decides to go around. So wonderfully, we have the safety car bug. Excellent. Yeah, hashtag great game. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna see Darkness 2 use the ACC. That is exactly it. Yeah. So Firefly has chosen the hards for the start, and his teammate Fat Cat has went for the mediums. So the mediums will be a little bit of an advantage off the line at the start. So it's going to be interesting. Can Firefly hold on to P1, or is he going to end up behind his teammate at the start? Yeah, well, we have heard of that before as well, unfortunately, yeah. Um, yeah, yeah, I mean, it's EA, of course there's bugs. Then we've got 3 medium runners down to Dashjo. And looks like both Alpha boys then have decided to go for the hards. Then we've got interesting strategy choices here. Koza and Darkness going for the softs, potentially hoping that in the first few laps they can gain some positions. And then either they're hoping for very early rain or looking to go and stop for another set of softs to hopefully pull themselves back through again. But let's see what ends up happening as we see the Batman himself making his way into position and by safety car. Thank you very much for absolutely nothing. But here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it is away we go. Firefly has not got a great start. That is going to concertina the grid a little bit here. It's sufficient to go side by side, though. And they go side by side. Darkness spinning down at the back there. Safety car still in the middle of the shot. Absolutely ruining everything. Ooh, Joe getting a little bit sideways. The Alphas are losing a lot of positions on those hard tires. They're going to really struggle in these first few laps. But we've all gotten away relatively clean, apart from Darkness, who was facing backwards there at the start. Not quite sure what happened, but we'll keep an eye on it. And we've got, it looks like contact. Fishy Whooshy, unfortunately, dropping positions as well as suffocating. Hopefully they don't have damage and can make their way back through. Good news, though, is that suffocating is on those hard tires. So as the mediums do start to drop off, hopefully he can come back a little bit. Oh no, Batman! Batman is out of the race at Chapel Corner. Something happened, and he just looked like he went straight on. I wonder, was that contact between someone? I have absolutely no idea, unfortunately. But that is it for Fat Cat, as Firefly then does the fastest lap of the race. Darkness struggling out of Stowe. Going to lose a little bit more time there. Potentially having cooked those tires. Lobster doing an amazing job up into P3 here in the podium positions. Just keeping that head down, working his way through. I'm starting to see a little bit of a gap here. The top three just pulling away. Point K setting a purple sector 2. He's now going to try and chase down Firefly. Potentially take the lead of this race. Koza doing very well on his soft tires up to P7. So he has made up quite a few places. Let's see how far he can get through the rest of the field. Nero's is very close to the back of Addy. Not going to be close enough to make a move though. Here we go. Point K. Looking like he's going to get interest. It's out to Stowe, but it's not quite going to happen on this lap. But Nero's and Addy side by side, and Nero's is through then. Just getting better drive through Chapel Corner. So the Alpine man up to P4. A good recovery from the Alpine after that contact in the sprint race. So let's see what he can do from there. Fishy Wishy is the one setting the times alight now. Down in P12, but is quick at this stage of the race. Hen, and trying to go around the outside of Joe. It's not going to work this time, but Hen's going to get the DRS. Joe also has it. Joe getting the track limits, but down the inside, Hen go. No! Joe's going to hold it around the outside. Is he? Yes, he is. He's now going to have the inside for Luffield. Or Woodcote. I can never remember which way around those are. But down to Cops. Joe stays ahead then of the AlphaTauri. Ooh, they're getting very close. But the AlphaTauri's going to go around the outside of Cops. Are they going to give each other the space? They do. And Hen makes it through. Wow. Very spicy stuff indeed. But the AlphaTauri is through. Joe then down to P7. So the Alfa Romeos on those hard tires. No, Griggs, something's happened with Griggs down the back, out of Chapel Corner. He is back there. He's got some wing damage. So that's going to hurt the McLaren dream for today. And now I see Haas having problems. That looks like Koza. Koza then. Koza was doing well on the soft tires. Up to P7. Yeah, and they are now cooked. Unfortunately. He's going to lose a lot of position now. And does end up down at the back of the grid. Griggs then is boxing. I assume that is for a wing change. As Ficat then unfortunately leaving the session after that lap 1 DNF. And it looks like Firefly has got a supporter then. REDP49 is supporting. Oh, Koza unfortunately has left the session. Hopefully he can get back in okay. It looks like Firefly has got a bit of support here. Let's see. Whoa! And Joe makes contact with Addy. Not really expecting Addy to be that slow. Through Maggots Beckett. Makes the move on the Williams man. A little bit unsure as to what happened there. And something. Point K. Something has happened to Point K as well. Point K down to P9. Unfortunately, it's a spin. It's a spin. I think he's cooked his tires from the previous spin there. So unfortunately, then Point K losing P2. and is now struggling with hot tires down there in P11. Unfortunate for the Ferrari man. It was all going so well. Nero's attempting the move here on Hen, or was it Hen making the move on Nero's? Either way, they're side by side. They're not going to quite be side by side. Cops, but maybe they are. Oh, this is incredible stuff. But Hen's going to get a lovely big chunk of DRS here. Here we go. Wing clicks open. Hen's now going to gain several kilometers per hour. Is it going to be enough? It's not enough to attack on this lap. Oh, we got a huge number of cars here all battling for position. Fishy, Addy, and Suffocating. All stuck behind the hard tire runner of Joe. So a couple of medium runners that want to make their way through, make use of those medium tires. So Hen once again here close enough to Nero's to be able. He's very close indeed. And hello safety car, bye safety car. How does that even happen? But here we go. Hen is very close this time. Is it close enough to make a move? It's not. It's not going to be enough on this occasion. Again, I wonder, is Nero's just using lower downforce? He just seems to have that top speed in order to be able to defend. Let's just take a look at how Lobster is getting on. So, Lobster currently just holding position to the Aston Martin in front. Looks like he's out of battery here as a Ferrari struggles in front. He's losing a bit of time now. Hen does make his way past the Alpine man of Nero's and up into the podium positions. So the question is, can Hen now drive away, or is Nero's going to attempt to get back past? Hen is basically out of ERS and Nero's just got 84% battery. So I think this is going to be a pretty easy DRS pass here down the hangar straight. Here we go. Click. Wing opens. He's not deploying though, so I wonder, does Nero's just want to use the DRS to pull himself along a little bit and save some of that? Fishy Wishy attempting to make the move on Joe. It's not going to come off this time. But he is very close indeed. So here we are on lap 8, and I wonder, is the switchover between the mediums to the hards happening now? Lobster was considerably quicker than Firefly in the earlier stages, but now it just seems to be dropping off a little bit more. So I wonder is the pace of the mediums just not quite holding up as much? Interesting that Nero still isn't really deploying any ERS. He's just holding out for the right moment. I assume trying to get Hen to use up all of his ERS, but he's already done. He's already out of all of his ERS. Here we go. This could be the biggest indicator of if the switchover is happening or not. Suffocating is easily keeping up with Fushy Wushy. DRS is helping, yes, but the Alpha Man is doing a good job here. Just staying with that Alpine and just getting pulled along. Now is Nero's going to pull the trigger now. He's a little bit further back, but he is deploying. Suffocating looking very dangerous on this lap. He just seems to have that little bit more confidence than the Alpine. But he just can't quite make the move because he's the Alpine's got defensive DRS from the car ahead. So the AlphaTauris have got to be talking about that. But Fushiwishi has dropped out of DRS now, actually. So Olo may very well have the opportunity very soon. But what's interesting is what's going to happen with Hen and Nero's. Nero's looks like he's now deploying a good bit. Still not enough to bring him alongside though. As Hen then decides to box here on lap 9 and gets a 5-second penalty, unfortunately. That's going to hurt later in the race if or when the rain comes. So that's quite an early pit stop from the medium tyres. I wonder, is Hen trying to do a medium to get to the rain? Is he even thinking about the rain? Is he going to go on the hards? Yes, Hen on the hard tyres. So if the rain doesn't come, this is a pretty good strategy from Hen. If the rain does come, you could argue that is a mistake. And the first of the lead drivers then to box. That drops him down to P10, but we'll keep an eye on the gap for now. Lobster definitely not feeling great on those mediums. The grip dropping off because the advantage certainly is now in Firefly's favour. As Fushi boxes and Lobster as well boxing. So quite a lot of people in here on lap 10. Lobster going for the softs. That is an aggressive strategy. Nero's opting for the hard tires. So let's see whereabouts Hen is going to be. Hen will have lost a little bit of time warming up those hards. Lobster's going to be out well in front of Hen. Hen and Nero's are going to be close on track. But Hen's now got warm hard tires and seals round the outside as Nero struggles to get those tires up to temperature. So, interesting strategy from Hen then. And very interesting from Lobster. Addy also choosing to go for the softs as well. Have they been looking at the rain and know that it is coming very soon? Or is this going to be a mistake? We just don't know. There's no way to know until we start seeing raindrops. So let's keep an eye on that for now. We are in for an absolute treat here tonight of a race. I wonder... well, it depends if/when the rain comes, if at all. There is Joe in from the hard tires. So, interesting that the Alpha strategists wanting to get off the hard tires here. What is Joe going to go for? He's going to go for mediums. So Joe then boxing from third position onto mediums. Potentially, I would argue that being a mistake, because those hards potentially could have lasted until the rain, unless Joe knows that the rain's going to be extremely late and not going to affect the race. Oh, this is all to play for now. And we now have then Firefly and Suffocating still out there on the hards, their original hards. And Dr. J keeping those medium tires nice and healthy for now. They've got to start feeling second hand round about now, though. And we've got quite a bit of a split. And oh my goodness, Firefly setting a 31.3 on hard tires. Absolutely incredible stuff from the Aston Martin man. Potentially Lobster, the only one really that is gonna be able to beat that. We'll see what kind of lap time Lobster sets. It is going to be a new fastest lap of the race, so Lobster then trying to chase down the cars ahead as best he can, get the most out of those soft tires before he gets rid of them for what I imagine is him wanting the rain to come earlier. Lobster is going to want the rain to hit after Firefly and Suffocating box. That is, but before he needs the box for a new set of dry tires. Oh, this is going to be very interesting. Nero's putting the pressure here on Hen. Hen, unfortunately, getting that 3 seconds. Nero's has a little bit more ERS than his AlphaTauri counterpart, but it's not a lot. Before he was running 80%. Lobster now has caught right up to the back of the Haas of Dr. J. The Haasman has had, ooh, Nero's a bit wide. The Haasman has had those medium tires on for 14 laps. That is definitely going to start feeling second hand. You can see how much more grip Lobster has on those soft tires. Oh, but they really don't last long though. And safety car. And Lobster going around the outside of the Haas at Cops. Oh my days. That is just rude. But we love it. Don't we, guys? Of course we do. We love a cheeky maneuver around the outside. Got a yellow flag. Looks like Ferrari again struggling. Ferrari really not having a good race here, and it was looking so good in the first parts of this race. But unfortunately, it's not looking so good right now. We've got 10 laps to go in this race. Firefly and Suffocating still pounding out those laps. I do this one. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Can the hard hold out long enough to make it to the rain? Is rain going to hit? Is it going to hit in time to save Lobster? Or has Lobster made a massive mistake by putting on those tires? Can Dr. J hold out any longer on those mediums? And Nero's very close on track here. These guys have been battling all race long, and they were battling previously with Joe on the hard tires, and they were on mediums, but now Joe is right behind them on mediums of his own. And now Joe's going to get involved in this fight. Joe has to make it through as best he can to get up the road on those mediums. As Nero's goes down the inside of Cops. What a move! Nero's must have got quite good drive out of Luffield to be able to make that kind of move. Yeah, those mediums have got to be feeling absolutely horrible on the Haas now. They have got to be... Yeah, look how much more grip all of the cars around him have. Is Joe going to make the move here too? He's going to try it. Absolutely incredible stuff as Dr. J then loses 3 positions in the space of, what, 3 corners? Those mediums just feeling horrible. Hello, safety car. Why are you there? You're not even turned on. Go away. And let's take a little bottle of water. And I imagine after 6 laps, there's dashing down the inside. Oh, and it looks like, sorry, rip headphone users, but guys, it is raining. It is raining. Lobster may have been saved by the rain coming 7 laps to the end. He's not made up enough time to make those softs worth it. And oh my goodness, Dr. J as well. He might very well make it to the rain on mediums. Wow. Huge effort. Suffocating, diving into the pits then. Darkness is the first one on the intermediates. And it looks like Nero's is going to be in the pits. Joe is going to continue. So Joe thinking he can get an extra lap out of these. Suffocating already on the intermediates. So he's going to be the lead car now on the intermediate tires. It's going to be interesting to see how he gets on. Nero's close in behind. Tough Cookie unlucky with that penalty there. 7 to go here. And Suffocating. There is the DRS signal. Now is the lap to box. Firefly is going to be out in the lead. No problem at all. In fact, he could probably leave it another lap and still be out in the lead. Such is his dominance of this race. Oh, well, he's got so much more grip than the Haas here. Suffocating's got to be careful he doesn't ram the back of the Haas. But he does get through. Good to see that. So, Suffocating up into P5. Firefly is now in and boxed for the intermediate tires. Lobster, the next one to box, as does Joe, as does Hen. I imagine Dr. J is going to come in as well. And then Ali and Griggs will not be far behind either. Ollie up into P2. Joe! Oh, okay. Never mind. Thought that was Joe jumping Lobster, but it's not quite. He's being held in the pits. I assume that was for a 5-second earlier in the race. So Joe will lose a little bit of time here and some positions, but not bad from Joe. Lobster, is he going to make it out? Just in front of Nero's. Potentially the previous lap would have been the better one to box on. Hello, Drac! Yes, welcome, welcome. I know we cannot wait to have you back, bud. But, yep, hello to everyone in India. Hopefully you're doing well. Nero's! Right the outside of Lobster! And that was entirely rude. Nero's just finding the grip while Lobster was struggling down the inside. So unfortunately for now, Lobster out of the podium positions after holding it for so long. Yeah, unfortunately, Darkness has been struggling a little bit with grip. Yeah, he's lost quite a few positions as a result of that. Ooh, Lobster. Getting a little bit sideways there too. Dr. J in P8 after doing that one stop on mediums. He's lucky that the rain did come when it did. Although arguably he would have preferred it to come a little bit earlier. But he's now on a nice set of intermediate tires chasing down Fushy Wushy here. Most of the grid getting track limit penalties, unfortunately. Let's see if we can bring up how the penalties currently look. We don't need tyre information now because we know what tyre everyone is on. So Joe unfortunately could lose quite a few positions here as a result of track limit penalties. Interestingly, the only two drivers. Sorry, well, Koza at the moment is AI, so will be disqualified at the end of the race. But otherwise, the only two drivers with no penalties is Lobster and Firefly, doing an excellent job here, keeping it between the lines. We've got 4 to go here, and looks like, unfortunately, the field is just split up a little. Yeah. Everyone that does not get a penalty at the end of the race, they get a crisp high five. Hi, Pains. Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you're enjoying the race. Calm down just a little bit at the moment, but really, Lobster and Nero's battling for that final podium position. Lobster just needs to stay in that 3-second window and not get a penalty himself, and he'll be on that podium. Come on, Lobster, the little McLaren that could. Just take a look at how Hen is getting on. In fact, let's just go on board and see what it is like driving in these conditions. So, interestingly, it looks like it is just light rain for now. So, everyone's still okay on the intermediate tyres. Looks like it's not going to go to heavy rain. Or at the very least, it's not going to affect the drivers of this race. You can see a car just ahead of us, but a little too far behind to be able to do anything about it at the moment. But we don't need to, because the car in front has got 9 seconds of penalties, so Hen can relax a little bit and know that P5 is just there for the taking. Ooh, not like that though. Gotta be careful out of there. Car getting a little bit nervous as a result of coming out of stow. that then gets Fishy Wishy interested in grabbing a place. Let's just take a look at who has gained what over this race. So, Hen then, one of the big winners, as well as Nero's. Nero's recovering very well indeed to get up 7 places after making contact in the sprint. And suffocating with that incredible strategy, going hards to intermediates, working absolutely beautifully here. Puts him then in P2. So he has done very well indeed, as Lobster does indeed drop out of that 3-second window. He looks like he was just about to try and make it back in, and he does. So he's hovering around that 3-second window right now. So this is going to be very tight. They got a hot lap against each other until the end of this race. Not exactly the kind of battle we would prefer to see, but yeah, it is one of those things. Wet conditions always makes it very tricky for the drivers, and strategy in this race has just tended to split the drivers. Which we like to see. We like to see people trying different strategies and seeing what works. Sounds like in the new F123, if you are interested in buying it, some rumours coming out about it at the moment. It sounds like the soft tires will get a little bit more life to them, which could potentially mean that they become a viable strategy. So that will be interesting to see then if they actually are used in a race scenario for 50%. So yeah, let's see what happens. Lobster's back in that 3 seconds here. It's going to be close right to the end. We're going to go on board with Firefly, though, to watch as he comes around Stowe and approaches the Veal chicane. The rain certainly did. It made everyone choose very different strategies, and you can see how many positions everyone gained as Firefly comes across the line and wins the British Grand Prix for Tier 3. And an absolutely brilliant result for the Alpha Man Suffocating. He is going to come across the line here and take P2, at least on the road for now. We'll check that based on the penalties where he finishes. Yes, so if you are a Firefly fan, please go absolutely mad in the messages. Nero's then coming around Club Corner, and he makes it then in P3. Lobster's going to be too far behind by 1 second. Lobster has to settle for P4 today. as Joe then comes across the line, P5. But Hen jumps him up to P5. Joe in P7 then. Fushy Wushy. Joe in P6. Fushy Wushy P7. Dr. J up 3 positions as well, making those mediums work. And gaining 3 positions as a result. Excellent result there for Dr. J. Good stuff there. Addy brings home 2 points. Tough Cookie brings home the final point. Greg's just missing out on the points here today. Some struggles for the McLaren man in unfortunately retiring in the sprint race. But brings it home, so that's what we like to see. Ferrari as well, also having a bit of a struggle, but again, still making it home. Wow, what a race. Absolutely brilliant stuff there, Hen. Yep, indeed, very good race from yourself indeed. Hen, driver of the day. I would argue that Firefly has to take it. He did not put a foot wrong. Absolutely dominated that race. And just showed what he could do. Joe taking the fastest lap at the end of that race then, for a total of 13 points then for the Alfa Romeo man. So there we go. Some good points on the board for some drivers today. Well, obviously, because people were in the points. Oh, wow. What a Will Buxton statement that is. Some people got points today. But anyway, you guys don't mind, do you? Okay, right, let's just go to... and let's just see if anyone's going to make it into the waiting room for us. Hopefully we'll be able to interview some of our drivers. So start off with Ollie here for now. So welcome, Ollie.
Hello.
Suffocating. You had quite the race there. An absolutely brilliant strategy taking you up several positions. I think, what was it, 5 positions in the end there.
Yep.
Going hard straight to inters. Just let's talk just a little bit about how your race went.
It was absolutely hectic.
Yes, indeed.
I had an incident in the first 5 laps, which caused me to lose out on, I think, about 7 positions.
Ouch.
Um, and then I decided to take the risk and stay on the hards until the inters, which was very
Oh.
close because I got a puncture right as I went into the pits.
Wow, really?
Yep.
Wow,
There,
incredible. What timing that was then. So a little bit of luck on your side there today. But
yep.
did you enjoy that? That's a very good result for the team and for yourself today.
Yeah, it's a great result. And I enjoy myself out there. I love Silverstone, so
Good, good. Yeah, I'm quite the Silverstone enjoyer as well. So,
yeah.
yep, excellent. All right, good stuff. Thank you very much. Next then, we will take Nero's. So, Nero's, welcome to the Combox. An interesting event for you today. Unfortunately, losing your wing in the sprint race, but making it all the way back up to the podium in the main event. So, just talk us through how your race went today.
Generally, it was a tough race, tough sprint. Um, the Aston Martin driver didn't leave space. That was the reason that I crashed in the sprint.
Okay.
I refused to box because I think I couldn't make much time. I mean,
Of course.
not going to the pits
Of
was
course.
quicker, I think, because it was only 9 laps as well. In the race, starting from P10, in the start it was a bit chaos, but I managed to survive. Um, I had some great battles, I'd say, with Hen,
Definitely.
the Alpha Tauri driver.
Yes, we were watching that
And
all race.
excuse me?
We were watching that all race long, your battle with
Yeah,
Hen. So, yep, very entertaining indeed.
nice to
And
share that.
yes, yes, indeed.
I tried to be as clean as possible, and it was a great race, I'd say. Very great race and a strong comeback.
Excellent. Yes, definitely, definitely, and very entertaining. I think everyone in the chat agrees that it was entertaining watching you come back through and battle Hen for so long.
It was
So
also tough to make uh, 3 second distance because I got a
yes,
penalty.
that is
And
right.
yeah,
Lobster was just holding on there at the end, but
in the
he
final lap,
didn't
I
quite
think
make
he
it.
gave up.
Yeah, I think you're right. He did finish 1 second behind in the end. So either it was a mistake, or he knew he just wasn't going to make it, but held on for a podium. So well done today.
Thank
Absolutely brilliant effort and some good points on the board for yourself. So yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff. Thank you very much. Next, then, we're going to move on to our race winner, Firefly. Please let us know your thoughts on that race. That was absolutely incredible. My choice for driver of the day today because I think you just didn't put a foot wrong and you just went out there and absolutely smashed it. Talk us over it.
Uh, yeah. First thing first. Sorry for my English.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah. And I doing long stint on hard. Uh, but first I uh saying thank you very much for my team at LST Sport and my engineer RIDP 49 and yeah, yeah,
Excellent.
thank you for
Excellent.
being my engineer.
Excellent. Yes, it seems you had a fan. Ari was messaging as well, supporting you the whole way through that race. So hopefully you enjoyed that today. That was an absolutely brilliant performance. And as I say, I think you are driver of the day because you just really went out there and did such a good job. Um, did you know you wanted to start on the hards? Was it a bit of a risk, do you think, or was that the right choice today?
Uh, because it resulting the I'm on first, but it's mean hard is the best choice I think.
Okay.
Then lobster warrior doing he is on medium and soft.
Yeah.
Uh, it's happening on suffocating also.
Yes.
He's doing long stint on hard and
Yes. He gained a
uh
lot of
he
positions.
yeah
Yep.
yeah he get a lot of position.
Exactly. All right. Thank you very much. Again, hopefully you
Yeah,
enjoyed that.
thank you.
Congratulations. I think we can all agree. Congratulations on that race win. Absolutely brilliant performance. And we can't wait to see you out on track again.
Yeah, thank you.
So no problem. So we're just gonna go for one more interview now. We're gonna chat to Hen, who that was a bit of a tough one today. Would you think, Hen? Definitely didn't go all your way. But not a bad drive to come back. All the way to was it P4 in the end? Correct me if I'm wrong.
It was P5. Yeah,
P5, P5.
massive turnaround race, to be
Yep,
honest.
absolutely incredible. Just talk us through how you felt that went.
So qualifying, of course, big spin in, what was it, sector 2?
Yep, that's
And
right. Unfortunately, yep.
Quite frustrating. I think I was on pretty decent pace there, so I'm glad I got to show in the actual race. And in the sprint race, it was just a frustrating incident lap one and never really got to come back from it.
Yeah, unfortunate there. But to come all the way through the field, and still get some good solid points today, that takes a lot of grit and determination, and that's what we like to see. So the whole way through there, we were supporting you coming through there. Your battle with Neros was absolutely incredible this race. How do you think that went?
I think it went quite well for me, especially in the first half. I didn't even think I had enough pace. He was really fast on the straights,
Oh,
but
yes.
I think I had a little bit more downforce in the front, which helped me get past in the corners.
Excellent, excellent. And on your strategy then, did you consciously make the decision to go, you went what, mediums? Yes?
Yeah, I went
Yeah,
medium
yeah,
hard. I
medium
actually
hard.
spent the entirety of the 30 seconds before the race trying to figure out how to switch my tires to the hards for the start.
Ah, okay. So you
Couldn't
did
figure it out.
intend to go to the hards, because that did turn out to be the best strategy here today with when the rain did hit. Suffocating made absolutely brilliant use out of it and jumped several drivers. But yeah, we did see that quite a lot of people went for the medium hard. But hey, that's the way it goes, eh? But
Yeah, of
still.
course.
Still a good result. Hopefully you really enjoyed that today.
Yeah, it was really fun actually, just
Brilliant.
battling through the field.
Brilliant. I absolutely love the sound of that. So, excellent. Again, good results, good points today. So hopefully you can take that away, and then we head into round 7 with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, of
All right.
course.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll just put Hen back in the waiting room there as we then do our wrapping up comments. So, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. That has been the Tier 3 sprint race here in Great Britain. Silverstone is such a beautiful track and always produces absolutely wonderful racing here. So please, I hope you all enjoyed that tonight. I really enjoyed watching that and talking you through everything. Hopefully you all loved my wonderful commentary, and you're going to join us again for Tier 2 tomorrow, where I will also be commentating there. And it's going to be interesting to see, can Aston Martin hang on to their lead in the championship. It's going to be interesting. Panos has unfortunately been absent for a couple of races. Could the challengers behind catch up to those guys? Tune in tomorrow, watch it live as it happens, and then right afterwards we have got Tier 1. Can Rico take another win in this season? He is performing extremely well, but he's got a huge challenger in Kos now on the grid. So he is a very, very fast guy as well. And Shanae is going to be in there too. And obviously watch to see Maverick as he struggles to score points as well. I'm going to do the absolute best I can to get a good result here at what would be my home race. But please join us tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be just as amazing. It's going to be more spicy racing here at Phoenix. Hope you all really, really enjoyed that. I have been Maverick. This has been Tier 3, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye.